What's going on, guys? So let's get right into it, traders. We're going to talk about money because obviously that is one of the main reasons why we get into this industry. And none of us is more special than another, right? We all come from most likely backgrounds where we don't come from financial wealth, right? So our conversations at those dinner tables is not really about how to utilize money and think of money. So we're in a craft, right, of trading where money is the main focus. But to us, that cannot be the only goal. And what I mean by that is just like the title, we can't idolize money. And that's the problem, right? It affects everything that we do when we idolize money. And what I mean by that is when you continuously put that first over everything, it's you don't understand how much it is clouding your judgment. I talk to hundreds of traders a day, and their mistakes that they show in investing, it's usually over leveraging, right? And because they're focusing on a dollar amount the entire time. But I just want you guys to go back to what got you into trading, right? What was the reason you started trading in the first place? I know a lot of traders started in 2020, right? Because we couldn't work. You had to try to find some way to make money online, and Forex popped up. And this is how society gets us to think about money and how to idolize it, right? Because obviously, just like me, I'm pretty sure it's relatable to you guys. You found somebody that showed that it looks like they had it all, right? Life was easy. They showing all these insane profits, luxury cars, and you're like, you know what? This is exactly where I need to go. The problem is when you're idolizing money, you're also idolizing materialistic things. So what does that do? It pushes you away from seeking wisdom. This is why it is so easy to look at your eyes and think that, oh, just because this person has nice things, they're the exact person to tell me what I need to know to actually be good in my life. And it's not just in the trading industry. Is in every industry, right? When you look at fitness, when you're looking for a fitness trainer, you want to find the perfect person with the perfect body, and then when you finally talk to them, right, you would realize this person is doing all types of drugs, he's doing all types of this, all types of that, stuff that is really unnatural for you. And when you train with the person, you don't really learn anything from that, right? So we are in a society right now that don't admire wisdom at all. But number one, before everything, you can't idolize anything. You can't idolize money. You have to idolize God. That is number one, right? So most of you understand that. But sometimes we get lost in this, right? Because of social media. And this happened to me too. Like I got into the industry too. I wasn't special. Like that caught my eye, right? But I end up growing a passion for trading, loving to understand how the economy works, how economics work. That was me. I grew a passion for it. But through the process of wanting to learn, I started to gain wisdom and realize, man, if I don't see, I can't picture people in Wall Street and investment firms trading hundreds of millions of dollars, acting like these people. It just never connected with me. So I had to separate myself from what the majority is seeing every day. I don't connect with you by materialistic things. I try to help you by giving you the wisdom that I have in the markets and seek it onto you so that you could learn how to grasp it and perform on your own. What I was doing in the beginning, I was trying to copy and replicate people, and that was the purpose of courses. But the problem is everybody's life is different when it comes to your financial problems, when it comes to your lifestyle. Everything is different. How could I replicate somebody that treats $50,000 like it's nothing and then tells me to trade his way? with his over leveraging tactics, with just buying from a support and hoping that it goes in profit, right? I couldn't trade that way because at that time I needed my money, right? So I had to learn risk management. But in order for me to get better at risk management, I had to let my pride down. The old me had to die. I couldn't focus on money because me focusing on money, yeah, you're studying through courses, right? You learning how to trade from a how-to video on how to take trades, but it's not teaching you how to change who you are. Because the person that you are today, I tell this in a private group all the time, the money is not the problem. If if I was able to give you $1 million account right now, would you treat it any different from that accounts that you've been having the whole time? Most of us wouldn't, right? If you had $1 million in your bank account right now, would that change anything? Yeah, you'll buy some things, but are you the person to multiply that? Are you the person to have that million in your bank account and multiply that? Because if you're not, then you have to go inside yourself and you have to change, right? You have to figure out, how can I become this person? I'm going to become this person. So what is it that I got to learn so that I can manage it? I can handle it. I know what to do because when that time comes, I'm prepared. We're not prepared. When we coming into the markets every day, we're just sitting down and hoping that something happens. We don't plan, right? We don't educate. All we do is sit in the charts and hope. This is because how social media taught us. They really make us think that is extremely easy, right? And then you just lose faith in everybody and everything. And it happened to me. And it happened to me because at that time, me just following people, right, that just show materialistic things, me following people that is just giving constant courses and buying them. How come I wasn't seeing the growth? I see them growing, but why not me? I had to change. I had to find what worked for me. And I know this is exactly what is going to help for you too, because we all have to go through it. You're going to have to get beat down so bad that to a point where you're like, okay, something has to give, right? And at that point, that's where you're going to start seeking real wisdom. And I know it's boring and I know it's scary, but it's something called faith. You have to have faith that if everything, a lot of you already know till this day, what are the things that you should be doing? You know, you're just more convinced on your comfort levels, right? But most of you know that the route that you're supposed to go, that you just haven't went there yet. That book you were supposed to read that you keep pushing to the side, right? You not trying to gain FOMO. You saying, let me be patient, let me wait for a setup. And you just letting that, like that little thing inside is like, oh, just take that trade, it's gonna be a good trade. And you do it for the 30th time and loses again, right? We all know what it is that we're supposed to do. And when it comes down to idolizing money, it's a lot bigger than what most of us think, right? That is not the first thing we're supposed to pay attention to. The money, the luxury things, all of the stuff that you have ever wanted is just the byproduct of putting God first and actually gaining wisdom in the craft and trading the way that you know you're supposed to. All of the rewards is a byproduct. It all comes after. The problem is you want it first, and you're not going to change your life with one trade. You could have one trade, make $10,000, get so freaking lucky, and then you're not the person to build consistently. You have to learn how to build consistency. And that comes with the old you have to die. That 9 to 5 me, when I was working my job, that person who I was, I couldn't be that person and be where I am today, right? Because that 9 to 5 person never thought this way. I was just idolizing money. I wanted to buy myself things all the time. I would only follow people because they were showing growth, and I call it, what we all call it, oh, it's motivation. But you don't realize what it's really doing to yourself, because you're not throughout that whole process, you're not seeking knowledge. You're trying to find a quicker way to get there. And that's how society teaches us. Oh, you want to get there? Oh, just make a shit ton of money. And then there you go, buy yourself some things. And then you're taking that mentality into trading and not realizing how it's hurting you. All right. So I just want you guys to like take this message moving forward, right? Because you all know what are the things you should really be doing every day. Do it and have faith while you do it, right? Try to clear out your whole social media. If they're not helping you with wisdom in the markets, they're not helping you build your higher self. If you're looking at it from a like if you're idolizing a person because of the things that they have, put it away. Because I guarantee most of the stuff you look at and most of the people that you're looking at because of what they have, if they're not inspiring you, educating you, right, or teaching, they got to go. Teaching for what you want to learn, you got to exit out. You have to have a whole detox, and you're going to start seeing some changes, right? Then you're going to start seeing some consistency. You're going to start building some momentum, and that's when you're going to start moving forward. But it had to take this type of realization, right? Because the people over there, they're not going to tell you this stuff, right? Because they just want you to buy, buy, buy. And when you fail, hey, it's your fault, but hey, buy this that could help you with this problem. But that's not how it is, right? So you have to gain wisdom to understand it first. And that's the key thing. So that's why I tell you guys, money is not that's just the byproduct. That's just what's included after success, right? After you become so good at what you do, after you become so obsessed in being great at what you do, it's included afterwards. But we got it backwards. You want it first, then you want the money first, then the belief, and it's not going to happen. You got to believe first. All right. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys, and on to the next one.